I got the baby down. The only problem is my house is a bit of a mess and the baby is crying. All right, we're back. He is now asleep. Cross your fingers it stays that way. But we're gonna make some sourdough bagel dough and then clean up this house a bit. Let's go. For the dough, I combine my sourdough starter, water, flour, salt, and a bit of sugar. You can also use honey here, but my son is under 1, so I don't like to feed him anything with honey in it. I let the mixer go for probably about 15 minutes while I wash the dishes and wipe down the counters. Typically, I don't clean in the evening. Usually, I try to get everything done before my baby's in bed so that mom can have mom time. If you're a mom, you know what I'm talking about. So, I do like to stick to a cleaning schedule and I just clean while he crawls around on the floor or I'll put him in the carrier, whatever I have to do. But I do this with simple systems that I've created. And I do have a blog post about this that I'll link down below. But I break my cleaning up throughout the week. So on Monday, it's very simple because I don't like Mondays. I'll just do the laundry. On Tuesdays, I clean the rooms and vacuum. On Wednesdays, I clean the bathrooms. On Thursday, usually my husband is home, so I like to just spend that time with him. I don't have any cleaning to do. And then on Fridays, I will wash the sheets and the blankets and things like that. And then I also do have my daily tasks like you see me doing here. I wipe down the counters, I pick up any toys, I straighten up the living room, things like that. And while we cleaned, I wanted to talk a little bit about motherhood and kind of my journey through motherhood. So, before I was a mom, I thought being quote unquote just a mom didn't have value. I really did succumb to the societal views of motherhood and how that wasn't good enough. I took the traditional route. I went to college, I got my degree, and I worked a big girl corporate job. But honestly, I was very unfulfilled in that life. I was working absolutely crazy hours. I was never at home. I barely slept. I had lost weight, but I had money and I had lots of it. Being in tax, it's very, very lucrative. I got bonuses and it was good in the moment, but it was still so unfulfilling. And then I got pregnant. And as I was working my tax job, I got comments from people saying, "Oh, are you scared?" I had one person that I thought I was friends with literally say, when you have kids, like you basically can't do what you want to do. And then she looks at me and says, "No offense." And so it's just crazy how the world views children. And this is just a side note, a little bit of a rant, but I had this one lady make a comment to me. She was, I think, in her mid 30s. And she was like, "Oh my God, it's so crazy that you're having a baby so young." Me and my husband, we decided to focus on our careers and travel instead of having babies. Well, first of all, okay, this lady couldn't do the job that I did. She started off in one department and she wanted to make more money. So she moved on to being a consultant. She did a terrible job, no offense, but a terrible job. I had to fix some of the things that she did. And because she was friends with one of the managing directors, they moved her to being an assistant. Okay. So the fact that you're sitting here telling me that the reason that you don't want to have children is because of your career, but you're literally an assistant girl. Please. Like, but I didn't say that. I just like brushed it off my shoulder. But like, I just got so many comments about becoming a mother, which I think is crazy. I think that it is insane how we treat mothers and how we view babies, considering how it is biblical to have children. And so, if you're a mother and you're struggling with that, just remember in Genesis, God told us to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Remember that, and remember that you are doing the Lord's work every single day. I was actually watching Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone, her podcast, and she had mentioned that she was listening to another podcast. I can't remember what it was called, but it was talking about how in today's society, if someone said, "Oh, I have $5 million, but I don't want any more. I don't want any more. No more. I'm good with my $5 million. I don't need it." People would look at them like they were crazy. But if you say, "Oh, I want to have children and I want to have lots of children," they look at you like you're insane, and it is just crazy. But we also have to remember that in First Timothy, it specifically says that money is the root of all evil. So people chase money, they chase fame, they chase all of these things that are explicitly stated in the Bible to be evil, to be inherently evil, but having children is a problem. Don't listen to the world. There is inherent value in you being a mother. Once the dishes were done and the kitchen was clean, I moved on to folding some laundry and cleaning up the dining room table. I try to reset these spaces every single day so that the next morning I don't wake up to a big mess. And I promise you, these small habits make such a huge difference in the cleanliness of your home. Every single day, you get to be a steward of God's biggest blessing to us. And that is inherently valuable. So, if you are struggling in your motherhood journey and you are feeling like, oh my God, all I do is take care of this baby or my children or truck them along to all of their activities, and you feel like you don't provide value because you're not bringing monetary value to your home, just know that you are doing the Lord's work. And that has to be stated to women every single day because we are raising the future and we have to work hard. Because if you look around at the world today, it's a bit crazy, but we're not going to get into that here. And again, there are going to be hard days, but know that by not sending your children to daycare, you are decreasing their likelihood of being stressed because there have been studies that show that children that are in daycare have increased levels of cortisol. They are more likely to exhibit aggressive behavior when they're in daycares, and there is a diminished parent child bonding. Okay, just remember that you are doing amazing work. There is inherent value in you being a mother, a present mother, a mother that is there with her children every single day. And this is something that I struggled with a lot in the beginning. And when I made the decision to leave my job, I truly felt like I had somehow diminished my value by not working. And that's ridiculous. It's pointedly ridiculous to feel that way. So I really, really hope that that little rant gave you some level of inspiration or changed your view at the very least on how important the work that you're doing in keeping your home and being a wife and a mother. And even if you're not a wife, just being a mother, you have value. Then I just finished up by tidying up the living room. It's usually not too bad. Again, I do this every single day, so things don't pile up and my house is never a huge mess. I absolutely love taking the towel off of my dough and seeing it risen. Here, there's a huge bubble. Like you can tell that this dough got nice and fermented, and I just love it. Now, to shape the dough, you are going to divide the dough into 8 equal pieces, and then you are going to roll it out on the counters, stick your finger through it, the middle to make a nice little hole, and then you're going to stretch it out. And you'll see in just a little bit how much you need to stretch this out, because if not, you will basically have hamburger buns if you don't stretch out the hole enough. Once the bagels are shaped, you are going to allow them to proof for 30 minutes. A little trick that I have for this is while you are shaping your dough, you are going to turn your oven on to keep warm. And then right before you place the dough in, turn off the keep warm. And that creates a nice warm environment for them to proof. And then at this point, I will go get dressed for the day, take care of my baby, whatever I need to do. Once the dough is ready, I filled a Dutch oven with water and brought it to a boil, and I boiled each bagel for 3 minutes on each side. And then I did top the bagels with a little bit of shredded cheese and jalapenos. That's my favorite topping. I don't really like everything but the bagel seasoning. I think it's birdseed. No offense if you like that, but I think it's a little birdseedy to me. I baked the bagels at 425 for 20 minutes until they were nice golden brown, crispy but chewy and just delicious. And that's it. On this particular morning, we decided to do breakfast sandwiches. These were absolutely delicious, chewy, the perfect texture. Absolutely love them. The recipe will be linked down below. I hope my little rant earlier gave you some sort of inspiration, and I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and go ahead and subscribe.